Good morning, children. We start our lesson. Okay. What are vaccine? What are vaccine? The what we do? They take the same organism, is weak organism. Okay. When you take the vaccine, so they take the weak organism, and inject it into our body. Okay. So whenever the disease, the same virus, when they attack us, what happened? This whatever whatever the vaccine we have injected in our body, it will recognize that organism which are coming from the outside. Okay, recognize, and they fight with each other. Okay, they fight. They will fight with the other organism which causes the diseases. If the polio is there, think that polio drop. We took the polio drops. It is also made from the microorganism, only weak microorganism. So when the same virus, when they enter into our body, what happened? It will recognize this organism and they fight with that organism. Okay, they fight with that other organism, the same organism. Okay, so they fight. They does not cause the diseases. That's why what we are doing, we are taking the vaccine. The weakened diseases causing microorganisms which are injected into our bodies are called vaccine. Okay, nowadays we are taking so many vaccines. Yes or no? Yes, we are taking so many vaccines. Till 0 to 5 years we are taking the vaccines like polio drops, BCG. Okay, BCG we are taking at the, okay, when you born at that time only they will give the BCG. And also hepatitis B, hepatitis, they are giving these injections to us not to get the jaundice, and also this BCG is to not to get the TB. Okay, like that. And also we are taking the MMR, rubella vaccines, we are taking measles. Okay, all these measles and rubella we are taking not to get these viruses to attack us. Okay, like that we are taking the so many. For chicken pox also we are taking the vaccines. And also, and recent 2 years back we have took one injection, rubella vaccine. Yes, we have took in our school only it has happened. While many other vaccines are injected to prevent the disease like smallpox, chickenpox, hepatitis, tuberculosis, etc. So why we are taking these vaccines? Not to get these diseases. It should, okay, this if they get the diseases, so it will be, okay, it will be there for the lifetime. If these diseases will be there for the 1 year, like this is for the lifetime. We can say the polio. If the person occurs the polio, it will be have throughout our life. But if you are not taking this, TB may occur, but it may go. Okay, this in the 1 year it may be cured. But vaccines were not known even 300 years. Okay, we don't know about, okay, 300 years ago, okay, years ago also we don't know about the vaccines. See here, who has discovered the rabies vaccine? Do you know that? Who has discovered the rabies vaccine? When we are taking this rabies vaccine, when the dog bites, we take the rabies vaccine. Okay, when the dog bites you, we take the rabies vaccine, and also sometimes when the monkey also bites you, we have to take the rabies vaccine only. Vaccine for rabies was discovered by Louis Pasteur. Okay, the rabies vaccine has discovered. Who has discovered this? Who has invented this? Louis Pasteur. Louis Pasteur. Okay, Louis Pasteur has discovered the rabies vaccine. Okay, this rabies causing virus. Okay, this rabies causing virus will enter our body through how? When they bite, the saliva will be present on that our body. Through the saliva only it will enter into our body. Through the dog bite. Only if the dog has the same infection. Okay, if the dog bites you, when the dog bites you, So if the dog has the rabies virus in their body, in the dog's body, then only it will enter into the other's body. Okay. The decision of Dr. Edward Jenner to step up his medical practice in country yard, that is in a village, which saved mankind by eradicating some diseases after the discovery of vaccine. So why they have discovered the vaccine means to eradicate some of the diseases like smallpox. Okay, this is smallpox. It has been eradicated from our country, and we can say from the world itself only it has been eradicated. Why it is has eradicated? To save the people, or to protect the people. He keenly observed that the milkmaids who developed cowpox, a less serious disease, did not develop the deadly smallpox. Okay, see here, what he did means, he has took the, smallpox is very dangerous diseases. In the olden days, the people won't go near to that person who has the diseases, this smallpox, okay, they won't go near to that person also. Okay, they won't care it, that is in the olden days. After that, Dr. Edward Jenner, what he did means, he observed that the milkmaid means those who works in the cow farms, like cow, buffalo, like this farms, who works in that, they get they got the disease cowpox. It is not serious as smallpox, He thought that he thought they are developing immunity which is preventing the smallpox, a very dangerous disease, wiping out millions of people in those days. Okay, so smallpox, what happened? They are killing so many people in the olden days. In the olden days, so many people are died due to the disease called smallpox. They are not developing the immunity. If they don't have the immunity, what happened? Ultimately they died. In 1796, Jenner took the fluid from the cowpox. So Edward Jenner took the Edward Jenner. What he did means, he took the fluid from the cowpox diseased person. Okay, he took the cowpox fluid from the diseased person and postulated on a dairy-made hand and inoculated it. So he took this fluid from the diseased person and inoculated. It is injected into the 8-year boy. He has injected to 8 years boy. Okay, injected into the 8 years boy with the permission of his parent only. Okay, with the permission of his parent only, he injected this smallpox into the 8 years boy. And 6 weeks later, he exposed the boy to smallpox, and the boy did not develop any symptoms of smallpox. So after 6 weeks, what he did after 6 weeks, he has took that boy and exposed to the smallpox diseases. So what happened when he exposed to the smallpox disease? The boy does not develop any diseases. So the boy has obtained the immunity against the smallpox. Okay, obtained the immunity against the smallpox and did not develop any symptoms of smallpox. This invention of smallpox vaccine saved the millions. Okay, due to that only, after invention of the smallpox vaccine, they have saved the people. They have saved many more people. Okay, we can say the millions of people they have saved due to the invention of this vaccine. This shows the way of discovery of number of vaccines. From that only they have developed many vaccine. From that, when they have started developing the vaccine, from that only they have started many vaccine for the different diseases. The word vaccine comes from vacca, which means cow. Vac means cow. Vac means VAC means cow. From the cow, from those who got, the person who works in the dairy farm, like that, they got the cowpox, I said. So from that only they have given the name as a vaccine. So microorganism, soil microorganism in soil fertility. How the microorganism helps in the soil fertility. You know what is meant by fertility? Yes? You know what is meant by fertility? Fertility means which enhance the growth of the plant. Okay, which is enhancing the growth of the plant. Soil microorganism. Soil microorganism. Organism in soil fertility. In soil fertility. Soil fertility. See here, about 78% of air around us is nitrogen gas. So in our air, so how much percent it is there? Nitrogen, carbon dioxide, oxygen, argon, all these are present in our air. In nitrogen, so nitrogen has 78%. This somewhat 78% is present in our air, nitrogen. Nitrogen is in our air. How much percent is present nitrogen? 78% nitrogen is present in our air. And nitrogen gas. Plants need it mainly for synthesizing protein. Why they need this? To take, they want this nitrogen to synthesize. To synthesize means to take this and they make them, they have some proteins in their in their plants. Yes, to make softer or to make into simpler form, they need the nitrogen. They need the nitrogen to synthesize the proteins. But they can not make it from the atmosphere directly. So which is present in the atmosphere only. This air is present in our atmosphere. They can't take the nitrogen from the atmosphere. They can't. The soil, the plants can't take the nitrogen from the atmosphere directly. First, what they do, microorganisms like Rhizobium, Norstan, Anabaena, Azotobacter, etc. Rhizobium, Norstan, Anabaena, and the Azotobacter. These are the organisms which is present in our soil. These are the organisms which is present in our soil. When they are present in our soil, this organism will take the nitrogen from the atmosphere. They take the nitrogen from the atmosphere. When they take the nitrogen from the atmosphere, they are present where these organisms are present in the soil. These organisms, microorganisms are present in our soil. So they will take the nitrogen. Then what they do? They take the nitrogen from the atmosphere. Which organism will take this nitrogen? This organism will take the nitrogen from the atmosphere and help to provide this essential element to the plant. So when they take this nitrogen from the atmosphere, this nitrogen will be utilized by the plants. by fixing them from atmosphere to certain compounds that they release into the soil and it can be taken by the plants. So this organism will take this nitrogen and they release into the soil. From the soil the plants will take the essential elements. They take the essential elements from the soil. The microorganisms like fungi, bacteria present in the soil degrade biological waste into soil into small compounds. Okay, so if you take the biological compounds like the vegetable, fruits, which are, okay, we can take these are waste, okay, biological waste it is. So this biological waste, when we are putting into the ground or the soil, they decompose. They decompose. They decompose in the soil. They will decompose into the soil. If you take the plastic cover or the plastic bottle and put it in the soil, and after 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, when you see this plastic, after 6 weeks, it will be decomposed or not? No, it won't be decomposed. It won't be decomposed. See here they have given one how to make the vermicompost or the one example for you. Take 2 pots. Okay, you can take the 2 pots. Take the 2 pots. Okay, at the lower, add some soil. Add some soil. Okay, when you add this soil and add the biological matter like peels of what? Vegetables and the rotten vegetables, peels or rotten. You can take rotten vegetables or rotten fruits. Everything you can take. Okay, rotten, and also we can take the dry leaves, eggshells, everything we have done. Again, cover with the soil. Okay, when you cover with the soil, and sprinkle some water on that. In the second pot, what you have to add means plastic covers, plastic bottles, whatever the packets we have to put it in the another pot and cover with a soil. Okay, after 3 or 4 weeks, you observe this. After 3 or 4 weeks, you observe this. Okay, daily you have to sprinkle the water. You have to sprinkle the water into the 2 pots. We have to sprinkle it. After sprinkling, 3 to 4 weeks, we have to observe. After that, after 3 to 4 weeks, we have to take the upper layer and see the what happened in this pot and what we have seen in this pot. You have to observe this. So when you observe after 3 to 4 weeks, we can see this has been decomposed or degraded. It has been degraded into the soil. It has changed into the smaller particles. And here, thus whatever it is the plastic cover, it will remain as same. So this is okay. That's why we are saying we should not use more plastic materials. It won't be degrade or it won't be decomposed in the nature. It won't be decomposed in the nature. From this, what do you understand? Okay, how it is all this rotten vegetable, fruits, dry leaves, eggshells, and the paper, whatever we have took, we have covered in this. So after 3 to 4 weeks, what we have seen? Can you find these fruits and vegetables rotten or the peel of this? No, we did not get this. They have been decomposed in the soil. How it has been decomposed in the soil? Okay, what we have learned in the part 1, the microorganism helps in the decomposition. Okay, it will help in the decompose. Okay, in the soil also organisms are present. So this organism will activate on this material, biological material, and make them into the smaller particles. They make into the smaller particles. So we can say it is a vermicompost also. We call it as a vermicompost. It is also helpful in the it is also act as a manure. The vermicompost act as a manure and we can use in our plants to enhance the fertility of the soil, to enhance the fertility of the soil and also to enhance the growth of the plants. Microorganisms present in the soil, air and water. We know that microorganisms are present everywhere. It is present in around us, okay, and in the soil, in the air, in the water, everywhere we have the microorganism. This microorganism will act it acts upon the waste. It acts upon the waste. Okay, it acts upon the waste and it will decompose. This organism will act upon the waste and then it decomposes or degraded. Okay, it is degraded. They are converted into the simple substance. So they are changed into the simple substance. This microorganism help us in cleaning the environment also. So this microorganism are also helpful in the cleaning of microorganisms. Okay, cleaning of waste. Our environment. Okay, we see we have the many waste. Okay, so if there is no organism, what happened to the waste? Okay, it becomes the heaps of waste around our areas. So microorganism is very helpful in cleaning the environment. It is helpful in the cleaning of environment. Without the microorganism, these are the helpful organisms. These are helpful organisms. They clean the waste. Okay, if you take some dead animals or dead plants or there, after 2 or 3 weeks, when you see this plant or the animal, we can't see this plant and animals after the 3 to 4 days. Why? Because of microorganisms activated on the dead plants and animals, and they are making them into the simple substance. They are making into the simple substance. What happened? What would happen if microorganisms were absent in our surrounding? What happened if there is no microorganism in our surroundings? Okay, we can gather more amount of waste in our surroundings and it will emit the bad smell and also it causes the diseases those who are living around the dirt. Okay, these are all, till what we have learned, it is a helpful organism. Now we are going to learn about the harmful organism. So we are used in the vaccines, we are used in the fermentation, and we are used this microorganism in the batter of dosha and idli. Okay, all these are helpful bacteria. Now we are going to learn about the harmful organism. Harmful organism. So can you give some of the example for the harmful organisms? Okay, which causes the diseases. Okay, which causes the diseases. So the harmful organism. And also when you cook the food also, when it's spoiled, this organism also harmful only. Okay, which causes the food poison, septicemia. It is a harmful organism which is present and they are spoiling the food. Now let us learn about some of the microorganisms that are harmful to us. Microorganisms can cause diseases in crop plants, livestock. Livestock is nothing but the cattle rearing. We have learned, okay. In the next class, in the 7th or 8th chapter, we are going to learn this livestock, cattle, poultry, everything comes under the livestock. All this. And And some of the cattle they get also diseases, and also in crop plant, okay, in the crops also some of the organisms spoil the crops. And in the human beings, in our human beings also we causes many diseases. Yes or no? Due to the harmful organism. Now, okay, we can, okay, in the next class I will explain about the harmful organism. Till here we have you understood this? Thank you children.